part of it's the planning district.
50 some days off.
Yes.
Kathy and Braden, you can both hear me?
Yeah, I'm here, but I missed that part.
Okay, we haven't missed anything yet. We're just starting. I'll call the Planning District Board meeting to order for March 1st, 2021. By Zoom, we have Councillor McMurdo and Councillor Valentino, and the rest of us are here in chambers. I'd like to have an approval of, and just for public's notice, we are chairperson and board members when we are the planning district. I would like to call to order and an approval of the agenda. Board member Ellsworth, board member Wong, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next we'll go to adoption of the minutes. Thompson Planning District meeting, February 1st, 2021. Resolution 2021005, moved by board member Fountain, seconded by board member Lundmark. Be it resolved that the minutes of the Thompson Planning District held in Council Chamber, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba, on Monday, February 1st, 2021, be adopted as circulated. Administration?
No, nothing further.
Council, board members? Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Resolutions. Number 4, a resolution to approve general permit number 73775, received from Real Estate Services Branch, general permit number 73775. Resolution 2021006, moved by board member Ellsworth, seconded by board member Prue. Maybe? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Whereas the Thompson Planning District Board has been advised of a Crown Lands permit number 73775 for a dog kennel on Site 9 and PTSE 4 and 5-78-3 WPM, consisting of 0.459 acres. And whereas the Development Review Committee has reviewed the application and have no concerns, therefore be it resolved that the Thompson Planning District Board advised Real Estate Services Division, Manitoba Department of Central Services, that approval of the application shall be subject to provision of a detailed site plan showing the proposed development, and the applicant be in good standing and obtain the required permits from the planning district. And then administration.
So the Thompson Planning District's in receipt of this circular. The circular is dated on February 9th, 2021. The application is proposing canceling an existing permit. So there's a general permit 4585, which is for a dog kennel on the site, replacing it with this new permit 73775, which is also for a dog kennel and a compound for sled dogs. This is located down by the Lagoon Road, just outside the limits of the city of Thompson. The land is designated as limited development zone in the LGD of Mystery Lake. The use of a kennel is a permitted use in the limited development zone. So this is consistent with the usage in the LGD Mystery Lake zoning bylaw. It's also in the rural development policy area for the Thompson Planning District, and it conforms with the policies of that planning policy area. And as we said, the recommendations, this went to the Development Review Committee for review, and it's been reviewed also by the provincial employees on this board. And the only recommendations were to approve the permit forward and make sure that all the necessary permits were taken.
Thank you. Board member Ellsworth, as the mover, do you have any questions, concerns?
No.
Any other board members, questions, concerns? Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Councillor Valentino,
Aye.
we'll ask for adjournment for the meeting. Board member Crew, board member Lundmark, all in favor? Carried. Next, we'll move into our regular meeting of council. Call it to order. 7:13 p.m. Please pick out your board members or your councilor or mayor, deputy mayor. Thank you. So this meeting is called to order, and again by Zoom, we have Councillor McMurdo and Councillor Valentino. Rest of council is in chambers. I would like at this time to recognize that we are on Treaty 5 land and that we are all treaty people. Thank you very much. I would next call for approval of the agenda. Andre?
I'd like to move a motion to table 8.3, 8.4, and 8.5.
Okay, Councillor Elbert.
I second the motion.
Okay. You're asking to table it?
Yeah, for further discussion.
Okay,
later.
so there's no discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Point of
Okay,
order
opposed?
on there. Order on there.
Yes,
Can you table, make a motion to table a resolution before the resolution is even heard?
administration?
Yes, you can make a motion to table within the approval of the agenda. So the approval of the agenda can add or delete things from the agenda. So they would make making a motion to make those changes to the agenda.
I'm opposed, Madam
Okay,
Mayor.
I asked for approval and opposed. Thank you, carried. So we will be deleting 8.3, 8.4, and 8.5 this evening. Okay, our presentation and delegation, have they managed to?
Unfortunately, Your Worship, I do not see the delegation online.
We did let them know we were having troubles.
Yes.
We could reschedule them to a future meeting if council wishes that.
All right,
I think that would be
Okay.
good.
council, is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Kathy and Braden, Councilor McMurdo and Valentino. Our delegation hasn't been able to get through by the look of it with our power problems. Are you okay with rescheduling?
I'm fine with it.
Yep, for sure. It'd be nice to hear from them when they're available.
Thank you. Next, we're going to community comments and feedback. Please stand by your seat and say your name and ask your question if you have one. Second time, community comments and feedback. Any questions? Comments? For a third time, community comments and feedback? Seeing none, we'll move on. Adoption of the minutes for regular council meeting of February 16, 2021. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held in council chambers, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba on Tuesday, February 16, 2021 be adopted as circulated. Administration?
I just want to know who moved and seconded that.
Oh, I'm sorry, but moved by Councillor Ellsworth, seconded by Councillor Lundmark. I apologize. Administration, any questions?
No,
on that?
nothing further.
Council, any comments? Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed? Okay, carried. We have the committee and external reports. Tonight is the Public Works report to February 26th, 2021. Who is Councillor Lenmark? You're giving that report?
Yeah. Work for you
Thank
all.
you.
So the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee report. Council members are Councilor Valentino, Councilor Lenmark, and Mayor Snoop. The citizen representative is J.R. Beavis. The organization representative Benelux, Manitoba Hydro, Lyle Stronitz from LA, Jason's Saus. Yeah.
Zawadzki.
Zawadzki. Manitoba Infrastructure. You can see his name on a regular basis, no problem. Staff, Neil McLean, the Director of Public Works, Anthony Guinness, our City Manager, Clarence Bears, our Assistant Director of Public Works, Casper Antaszewski is Communications Officer. Hope I didn't butcher that, sorry, Casper. Surinder Bourgeois is the Manager of Infrastructure, and Tanya Grovick is our Executive Assistant. Meetings, the Public Works and Infrastructure Committee meetings on the second Wednesday of each month. The operational highlights recently are daily safe operations discussions. Mechanical department addressed 135 different unit repairs during this period. Snow removal continues daily. The hours of operation for snow removal are Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. till 12 a.m. Total snow removal for the snow removal season from October 2020 to February 2021 was 195.3 centimeters. The total snowfall at this time last season was from October 2019 to February 2020 was 134 centimeters. A little more this year. Street sander is sent out Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. Saturday from 6 till 3. Sidewalk snow blowers are sent out daily. Crews are continuing to haul snow from priority areas. The loader mounted snow blower was sent out to blow snow back into the bush areas where possible. Waste disposal grounds, clay capping programs continues every 21 days per the license requirements. Committee has reviewed the special levy bylaw, which was brought forth for first reading on January 18th, 2021. Public hearing was held on February 11th, 2021, with 8 people attending and 5 people speaking in opposition. The committee is in the process of reviewing the cemetery bylaw and the solid waste bylaw. Planning will be started for 2021 Clean Community Program. For any assistance or inquiries related to Public Works, the telephone number is 204-677-7970. Okay. Can everybody hear me? I don't know if I'm supposed to have my mask on while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Just too loud. Okay. Water utility operation highlights. Storm mains. I'll skip everything. It's just total for 2020 was 18, for 2021 was 0. Water main repairs in January, 5, February 4, year to date is 9, total last year was 32. The service breaks, 0 in January, 1 in February, and the total last year was 47. Hydrants for this year, January was 1, February was 2, total 3, and 37 for the year last year. Sanitary mains, had 2 repairs in January, 0 in February, and there was 14 last year. Sanitary services, there was nothing yet this year, and we had 3 on last year. Infrastructure report, water main and sewer project 2020, Accurate HD Limited, completed the water main and sewer main project on Staghorn Drive in the last week of October 2020. Most of the restoration work was completed during the project, and the rest of the restoration work is expected to be completed this year. Road project for 2020, Maple Leaf completed road project in the last week of September of 2020. Roads were completed. Thompson Drive, Mystery Lake to 4th Street, eastbound lane, full road construction. Elizabeth Drive, Highway 6, City Hall access, mill and fill. Thompson Drive and City Center Mall approach, Tim Hortons, mill and fill. Waterloo Crescent and Nelson Road intersection, mill and fill. Weir Road section in front of the French school, mill and fill. Westwood Drive between Arctic Drive and Partridge Crescent, mill and fill. RCMP cell painting. Modern General Contractors completed the cell painting on the 5th of January 2021. RCMP officials approved the work before issuing completion certificate. Design and supply of City Hall control and Public Works mechanical bay heaters and upgrade ventilation system in City Hall. Modern General Contractors completed the City Hall project in the last week of January of 2021. The basement and main floor heating systems have been upgraded and automated. The new panel has been installed in the system. Now all 7 different zones can be adjusted with respective thermostats. The same contractor has installed the new 5 heaters at Public Works mechanical bay in the second week of February. Thank you. That's for our request.
Thank you for your report. Any comments from council? Administration, you have any comments?
May I, Mayor Spook?
Yes, go ahead, Councilor McMurdo.
Yeah, just a quick question. I wondered if Anthony could answer with regard to the hydrant repairs. What necessitates the repairs? Is it normal wear and tear, and approximately what cost? I see 30. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I wouldn't have the cost off the top of my hand, but often it's hydrants that have been hit. So they've either been run over or they've been damaged to snow removal, those sorts of things. Or if the hydrant is seized up. But we can get more information in the Public Works Committee meeting to bring you to let you know what the cause of most of those repairs are.
Okay, thank you very much.
Anything further? Okay. Councilor Fountain?
We've had a number of concerns from people in the community, particularly in certain areas that have had flooding issues. And this report has indicated that we've had a significantly higher amount of snow this year than in the past years. Is there anything that we can do to minimize the amount of flooding that we'll see potentially in the storm sewers this year?
Okay, I know I had suggested a week or two ago, maybe we should put out some bulletins for people that could maybe, snow blow around their house and things like that. I don't know if administration has any other ideas.
I'd have to confer with my Public Works Department. I'm not sure. I see Councilor Valentino has her hand up as well.
Okay.
Just to follow up,
Yeah.
Is there any way we can have administration explore having the drainage grates open earlier this year, and just as a proactive measure to clear as much as we can from the streets as possible?
Okay, I see Tammy's writing down, so she'll add it to Public Works for Neil. Did you get the question, Tammy? Okay. Councilor Valentino?
Thank you, Mayor Smook. Just a follow up to that would be something that we can add to the Public Works Committee agenda. We discussed the spring thought at our regular spring Public Works meetings. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other councilors? Okay, thank you for that report. Have it as information. And next, we're going into resolutions. 8.1 is a resolution to appoint a municipal noxious weeds inspector. Resolution 2021-030, moved by Councillor Lundmark, seconded by Councillor Fountain. Whereas all municipalities, as defined by the Municipal Act, are subject to and governed by the Noxious Weeds Act. Whereas the City of Thompson is required to appoint a municipal weed inspector by March 1st, 2021, and submit the name of that individual within 1 week of the appointment according to Section 11 of the Noxious Weeds Act. And whereas the City of Thompson has an individual with the training and skill set to effectively fulfill the above requirements. Now therefore be it resolved that Terry Lounsbury be named as the City of Thompson's Municipal Noxious Weeds Inspector in addition to his current designation as bylaw inspector. Administration?
Yes, Your Worship. This is a yearly housekeeping type of resolution that's required under another provincial act. Mr. Lounsbury is our qualified individual, and the name's brought forward for council's approval.
Thank you. Councillor Lombard, do you have any comments?
No, just, as the administrator just said.
Any, Councillor Ellsworth?
I'm glad you clarified what a weed inspector was. That was a little worrisome there for a while. We talk about the property standards and so that just doesn't mean residential business. That's city as well, I would imagine, because I could look at the street from where I'm to on night in the park there and usually it's quite bad. So I'm glad that we're getting an inspector that's going to keep them on these kind of things. So absolutely support that.
Thank you. Any other councillors? Deputy Mayor Wong?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just a quick question to administration. I don't recall that by myself. Do we have a fees and fine in place for that act?
I couldn't answer that off the top of my head. I'd have to look that up for you.
Thank you.
Councillor Fountain?
So I believe that's provincial legislation, so it'll fall under the summary act. Can you explain what type of training? Obviously, this is a difficult thing. This is the city itself provided this training, or is the province provided this training to Mr. Lounsbury?
I also don't have that information. All I know is this is the qualified individual that comes forward every year for consideration,
How do we know he's qualified?
because my HR department has told me that he's been qualified.
I do believe this is an annual sort of one of those regular cleanup things that we have done. I know in the past I have seen, I don't know if we had named the person, but I knew that we had a weed inspector. We'll find that out for you, Mr. Fountain. Tammy, can you make note to find out what qualifications or how we go about figuring it out? Thank you.
Just
Mhm.
to clarify, I'm sure he's qualified. I just want to ensure that he's getting training that he needs.
No, I just wanted to know how we go about, if there's a process for your information.
Yeah, we would not bring forward some not qualified, but we can look into what the training schedule is.
Thank you. Anything else, council? Call for the question. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Thank you, carried. Eight point two is a resolution to approve the tabulation of prices for the telecommunication service for the city of Thompson employees. Resolution 2021-031, moved by Councillor Ellsworth, seconded by Councillor Lundmark. Be it resolved that council approves the recommendation of the purchasing agent and award the telecommunication services for the city of Thompson employees to Bell MTS for 5 years, including the extension of 12 months and a total of estimated price $30,300 with additional taxes. Administration?
So our current telecom communications contract is about to expire in March. Our purchasing agent had reached out to the current provider and was able to secure us Manitoba government pricing, which reduced the amount of the contract by 50%. To ensure that this was a good price, they also reached out to other local telecommunications providers, and the quotes were substantially more. So the recommendation is to stay with the current provider at the 50% discount using the Manitoba rates, so that the city can achieve some substantial savings on the telecommunications.
Thank you. Councillor Ellsworth?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This was a good discussion again at the Finance Committee when we looked through it. And certainly if you look at the information that's provided, TELUS basically only submitted 3 years versus MPS 5 years. So overall, it's a longer term contract, which we're then fixed into a better agreement, I believe. So certainly want to support it.
Thank you. Any other councillors, questions, concerns? Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried. We'll now move into bylaws. Bylaw 9.1, first reading of bylaw 2009-2021, public reserve closing bylaw amendment. Resolution 2021-035, moved by Councillor Landmark, second by Councillor Colburn. Be it resolved that bylaw 2009-2021, being a bylaw of the City of Thompson, amend bylaw 1985-2019, being a bylaw of the City of Thompson, to close the public reserve, be introduced and read a first time. Administration.
Yes, so this is a bylaw. This is regarding a bylaw that council previously passed. This is for the land swap that was done between the school district of Mystery Lake and the City of Thompson for the future multi-use path development over by the Burntwood School on Orchard Drive. Unfortunately, when the bylaw was prepared with the province's help, the province included the wrong deposit number. So this is really a housekeeping item. We're asking for an amendment which will require 3 readings to change the deposit number from 19106 to 1068.
Thank you. Councillor Landmark, any questions?
No, this was a good thing. We traded the parking lot for a piece of land so we could extend the multi-use path, and I think we were all pleased with it before. I don't think there's any objections. I just want to get this
Thank you.
housekeeping done. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other councillors? Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that brings us to the end of our business today. For the mayor's report for February 17th to March 1st, 2021. On February the 17th, we had a Thompson Community Development Corporation Board meeting. And we also had a conference call with Minister Johnson and Squires. On February the 18th, I attended a CEGF board Zoom meeting. Along with my colleagues on council and administration, we participated in the city school liaison meeting on Zoom on February 22nd. On February 24th, I swore in the new board of the Thompson Chamber of Commerce, AGM, attended the opening ceremonies for Winterfest. We did it virtually, and then along with council members as well as administration, we attended the school district of Mystery Lakes budget presentation on Zoom. Along with council members and city manager Anthony McGinnis, we participated in the North American EV Rally Zoom meeting. And also myself and city manager Anthony McGinnis had a follow-up call with Minister Johnson on February 26th. Various committee and budget meetings were held, development review, legal and finance. And that was also, I'd also like to say, I believe that our virtual Winterfest went very well this weekend. I partook in the library readings, and the concert was very good on Saturday night. I have lots of people that expressed that they didn't realize Grand Chief Settee had such a good voice. So that was one of the highlights of the concert for a lot of people. So thank you. It was very good. And there was the virtual pancake breakfast yesterday. I'm not sure how the snowshoeing went. It was a bit cold out there for my tastes and that. So I didn't actually go outside. I like the idea of a -35, that it was virtual. And with that, I'll go to councillors if they've attended anything in the last 2 weeks on behalf of the city. Councillor Fountain?
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Thank you. I'd just like to point out and thank the many volunteers who came out with respect to the spay and neuter clinic that occurred this weekend. Quite a few people came forward to help make that happen without having a vet in town here based out of Thompson currently. That they were able to do this is actually quite an amazing feat from a bunch of volunteers. I'd also like to say, and thank you to those who supported me on the motion 8.3. I attended the mosque and also received some words of support from local churches. So I'd like to thank both of those organizations very much, and hopefully we have the opportunity to hear that out in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor McMurdo.
Councillor McMurdo?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Smook. I just wanted to extend kudos to the City of Thompson and Public Works for getting the curling and the skating rink up. I know there's lots of excitement and hopefully it'll be well used when the weather warms up. And also thank Inspector Hasty of the RCMP for taking the time out of his busy schedule and spending about an hour today with me, touring me around the detachment and answering my questions. That's all, thanks.
Anyone else? Councillor Ellsworth.
You've mentioned most of them. I just want to mention, you haven't mentioned tonight, but I think Casper put something about the walking track is now open as well.
Right, the TRCC walking track is open today. Basically, it'll be the same hours as the vaccine clinic. And you will enter the doors by the RD Parker side, the south entrance, I believe it's called. And that'll be the entrance that'll be open for the public. I'm not sure if they're taking names or that are going in there, but please call the Rec Center TRCC 204-677-7952, and they'll be able to give you some more information on that. And basically, watch for the public health orders. The City of Thompson follows them very close. And I think in closing, I'd like to say today the numbers were down to about 35 in Manitoba. In order to keep them down there, we still have to follow protocol. We have to wear our masks. We have to wash our hands, stay safe, stay separate. Basically, don't go in groups to shop. I'm thinking there's going to be some more people with the winter roads coming into shop. So let's just do it very protocol like that. We're not having big groups in stores and that, and not a lot of visiting and stuff. I'd appreciate that if everybody's still stuck to their groups. Let's try to get those numbers right down there. Let's get some more vaccinations in arms, and it'll help. With the vaccinations, that is being identified to the province. The folks that are eligible will be notified by the province. That is not the city or the NRHA. So please keep up, watch for your updates from the province. So thank you and good night, everybody. Have a great week. It's going to be in the single digits.
All for adjournment?
All for adjournment. Earl and Andre, all in favor?
All right.
Thank you.